guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video, and welcome to Scotland. Yes, believe it or not, that sunshine is actually Scottish. So I am back over in Scotland for some more cycling. I am in Galloway again. I was in Galloway obviously last year, bikepacking around Galloway Forest Park with Colin and Stephen. I'm over this time in Galloway again in the southwest of Scotland, this time for the Gralloch gravel event. So the Gralloch has been running for 3 years. This is the third year that the Gralloch is running. The last 2 years it's been running as a UCI Gravel Series race, and the UCI Gravel Series race is taking place this weekend again tomorrow. But I'm overdoing the Sportive, so this is the first year that they've run a Sportive alongside the race. Not on the same day, it's a different day, but this is the first time they've run the Sportive as well as doing the race. So I've come over, I've got my van and my tarp and everything pitched up at the campsite. It's Friday today, so I'm going to do the Sportive's not till Sunday. The race is tomorrow, and then the Sportive is on Sunday. But there's a few other different things happening. There are a couple of kind of shakeout rides, so I'm going to head down to the event village soon for a bit of a ride, about 20 miles or so. Tomorrow we've got another ride of about 10 miles. There's a mechanic kind of course going on tomorrow morning. There's live music, there's an event village. I haven't gone there yet, but I'm going to head down now to the event village. So there's loads going on, and there's so many people camping. I think there's about 3,000 people taking part in various things over the weekend. So yeah, really excited to give the Gralloch a go, and I will talk to you more about the actual ride soon. For now, I'm going to hop on the bike, head down to the event village, see what's happening there, and head out on kind of 20-mile gravel spin, which is being put on by One Good Thing, who are the headline sponsors of the Gralloch this year.
Yep, that's right, 26-inch wheels and rim brakes. Way forward.
Onto the One Good Thing Shakeout ride, 20 miles, I think about 1,600 feet of climbing. Feel a bit guilty though. Everybody I've spoken to so far is doing the race tomorrow. So far I'm the only person I've spoken to who's doing the Sportive, not the race. But oh well, I just want to get round and enjoy it rather than race. Maybe next year, we'll see. Depends how the Sportive goes. It is properly hot. Has it ever been this hot in Scotland? Yeah, properly hot. Need to make sure keep drinking today and on Sunday. Just realised I'd paused my Garmin down at the event village. Forgot to unpause it so it didn't auto start. So I've lost the first however many miles. How many miles have we done?
3, I think.
3, okay. So still about 17 to go, it's alright. It is dusty, it's like Strada Bianchi. just on my way back from the event village back to the campsite, and you never know who you bump into at these things.
Riff raff.
Just like other people who are interested in beer, good beer. Apparently he cycles, and apparently he does YouTube stuff. Not really sure, but
I had quite a few beers last night actually.
Did you? Yeah,
we got here and it was sunny. I said to Stefan, fancy a beer.
Yeah. Any good Belgian beers around here? No, just lagers.
Yeah, Bendy.
But yeah, I'm staying tonight, ready for tomorrow.
Well, enjoy the race tomorrow, Dan.
Will do.
And I will enjoy not racing tomorrow, and I will enjoy the Sportive. Okay, that is me back from the first shakeout ride. I can't film loads down at the event village because there's music and stuff playing in the background. And if you know anything about YouTube, if there's music playing, I will get a copyright strike, and my video will get taken offline, all that kind of stuff. So the atmosphere at the event village is class. It's really, really good. Loads of people just milling about. You may have seen that I just bumped into Dan Lloyd of cycling and YouTube and GCN fame, and that was quite cool. About 3 people in my normal life will know who that is, but hopefully you guys will know who Dan Lloyd is. So yeah, just back up, quick change. I'm going to head back down to the event village, listen to some of the talks from different people.
Media as well, it's about raising awareness, it's absolutely fantastic. It would fit very well. We run similar schemes with partners.
This isn't Scotland. I mean, Freddie, how are you?
Good, mate.
Yeah, I tell you, it's amazing weather. We just said, Gralloch! Nathan Haas! I just asked you out there, how's your form? Hello, you're looking very well, very suntanned. Tiffany's Nippiers, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just...
Hello. How are you? How are you feeling?
So that was good, just to hang out in the event village for a little bit, see the elite rider presentations, and hung out with a guy, Neil, who I know from back home, who rides gravel around the north coast, and that was that was pretty cool as well, just to hang out and have a chat about all things gravel cycling. He's racing in the race tomorrow. What I didn't realise is in the race tomorrow, because it's an official UCI gravel series race, you finish in the top 25% in your age category, you qualify for the World Championships, the Gravel World Championships. Now, I would need to train if I was going to do that, but there's something in me thinking, could I race it next year and try and qualify for the Gravel World Champs? I don't think I'm that good on a bike, but it might be worth a shot. Who knows? Anyway, back up at the van now. I'm going to get some dinner and then just kind of chill out for the evening. So I will catch you tomorrow. Good morning. So today is race day for those who are taking part in the UCI Gravel Series race at the Gralloch. I am not. So I'm going to head down to the event village, see some of the races off. Also today I've got a mechanics workshop that I'm going to go to, and there's another shakeout ride later this afternoon, much shorter, flatter one, like 10 miles to the coast and back. So gonna just go enjoy the vibes, enjoy the atmosphere for today for my ride tomorrow.
3, 2, 1, and away you go! The men's elite race out of course.
So that's some of the races today finished. I did hang around to see if I could see my friend Neil finish. I was tracking him, but I couldn't see him. Not sure if he didn't finish or what, but yeah, I didn't see him at the finish. Heading back down in to the event village again now, because there's another kind of shakeout ride for some of the people doing the Sportive tomorrow. It's only a 10-mile ride, flat ride out to the coast and back. It's nice and gentle, but yeah, might as well join in, take part in that. So I've made a friend at the Gralloch. This is Emma. I'll put Emma's Instagram down below. Emma's one of the gravel captains at the race tomorrow. The race, the ride.
So, yeah,
what does that mean?
Well, for me, it means if you are new to the world of gravel events, then you've got something in common with me. So that's,
excellent.
Yeah, that's my role it is.
Excellent. So yeah, looking forward to the ride tomorrow, and enjoy it, Emma. And I'll maybe see you out there somewhere.
Yep, for sure.
Okay, so that's day 2 at the Gralloch over. In the end, I didn't film loads today. Watched some of the racing, went on a bit of a shakeout ride, went to a little mechanics workshop, which was basically how to change a tyre, which may come in handy tomorrow, who knows. But yeah, just a pretty chill day. My friend Neil, he ended up in the race today, had 3 punctures, and I had to walk the last 12k, so bit of a nightmare. From what I've heard, there were a lot of punctures and a lot of mechanicals today in the race. It's a pretty tough course on the bikes, so hopefully tomorrow goes okay. After all that, I then kind of got registered at the event village and went and listened to just a few talks, Jenny Tuff and a couple of other adventure cyclists, which was really cool. Then back to the van, had some dinner, got the bike ready for the race, so got my tyres set up, got my ride number pinned on my jersey, got my ride number on the bike, got my timing chip on, all that, so I'm basically ready to go in the morning. Yeah, I'm a bit nervous, I'll be honest, I'm a bit nervous. I know it's only a Sportive, it's not a race, but still, it's going to be a tough day tomorrow, I think, and I'm especially kind of concerned about the heat. It's going to be a hot day, it's going to be 24, 25 degrees, no shade, no cloud, just straight 24 degrees and sunny, which is amazing to cycle in, but yeah, slightly concerned about hydration, so I need to just remember to keep on top of that. But yeah, gonna kind of chill out for the evening, and then tomorrow I will tell you a little bit more about the route that I'm doing and about the bike that I'm riding. So I will see you tomorrow. Okay, good morning. Good morning. So the racing's done yesterday, and now it's my turn to take on the Gralloch inaugural Sportive. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a good day. Head down to the event village and get ready to roll out. You may have noticed that I am not on my usual gravel bike. I ride the Fustle Causeway gravel bike, which I love and it's brilliant, but the guys at Fustle very kindly have lent me their new bike, the Fustle Lakelander, to try out on this event. I had borrowed the Fustle Lakelander a couple of months ago and just gave a quick blast running my local forest on it, but today is the first real opportunity I'm going to have to put the bike through its paces properly, so I'm looking forward to that. I guess the main difference between the Lakelander and the Causeway is Causeway is aluminium frame, Lakelander's carbon frame, and the Lakelander is a much more aggressive geometry, much more focused at gravel races, gravel events, that type of thing, whereas the Causeway is more aimed, I think, at just all-round bike packers, that type of thing. So they are kind of two different bikes. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to giving the Lakelander a bit of a blast today and see how it performs. So thank you very much to the guys at Fustle for lending me the bike. If you're wanting to buy a Fustle bike, there is a link in the description below which will give you discount on anything on their website, including full bikes like the Causeway and the Lakelander, so you can go check that out there. So I'm down in good time. The event doesn't start for another kind of 45 minutes or so, but I wanted to be down in good time because I want to be at the start of the first rollout wave at 8:30. So a little bit more about the Gralloch. Like I said earlier in the video, the Gralloch has been running for 3 years. This is the 3rd year it's run, but this is the first year they've put on a Sportive. They've only had the race the last 2 years. So there are 2 different lengths of the Sportive happening today. There is the Fawn, which is the short route, and that is around about, I think, 32 miles with about 2,800 feet of elevation. And then there is the long route, which is the one that I'm doing. The long route is called the Stag. It is around 68 miles with about 5,800 feet of elevation. So if I compare that to other things I've done before, like the Lakelander gravel grinder, for example, the Lakelander gravel grinder Big Dog is 66 miles, so it's a couple miles shorter than the Stag, but it is 7,400 feet of elevation, so it's about kind of 1,400 feet more elevation, so there's more climbing in Lakelander than there is today. So that gives me a bit of confidence that actually I should find today okay, all being well. I do have a couple of concerns, though. They're not about the elevation or the distance. In the race yesterday, there were a lot of punctures. I think there were something like 30 punctures in the first 5k of the race in the first wave. The gravel here is much finer and smoother for the most part than the gravel in Northern Ireland, but it's very sharp and flinty. Apparently, so there's a real risk of punctures. So I'm concerned about punctures and mechanicals more than I have been on other gravel rides. The second thing is the weather and the heat. I am not complaining. It is absolutely glorious here in Scotland, and the weather for the past few weeks in Northern Ireland as well has been amazing. The temperatures today are forecast to go up into the kind of the mid-20s, which is pretty hot for doing what's probably going to be a pretty intense gravel ride. So I've already drank 1.5 litres of electrolyte solution this morning. I've eaten loads already, and I just need to keep hydrated and keep on top of my nutrition really carefully today. I think that's going to be really important. So yeah, I think those are my 2 biggest concerns: hydration in that heat and risk of punctures. In terms of how long I think it's going to take me to get round, I mean, I really don't know. Like I say, it's going to depend on those other things I'm concerned about, mechanicals and whatnot. But for example, on the Lakelander gravel grinder Big Dog, my total moving time was 5 hours 50 minutes. So I reckon I can probably do the event today in under, maybe just around about, maybe slightly under 6 hours moving time. When I factor in stops for water refills and food, and of course like vlogging and whatnot, then I reckon I'll probably come in total time between 6 and 7 hours. We'll see. But yeah, looking forward to it. Really excited. Definitely feeling a bit nervous, but feeling excited as well. Looking forward, like I said, to giving the Fustle Lakelander a proper blast. So yeah, come with me to the event village. Let's go get ready to go and roll out for the Gralloch Stag Sportive.
3, 2, 1, away you go. Have a great time.
Straight out and onto a 1,000 foot climb up to the top of Fustle Hill, which is the highest point on the ride. got a puncture nightmare. See if I can get this to seal. Hopefully the sealant holds, not put the tube in. I think I'm gonna have to plug it, unfortunately. Alright. Puncture. There's actually a bit leaking out of the sidewall as well, but I've got to plug in. Hopefully the sidewall holds. We'll see how I get on. It's annoying that it's only 14 miles in. I've got a puncture already. And I was going well too, I was feeling good and going quick, but it is what it is, back on the road. You alright? Yeah. Yeah, all good. So I've plugged it, but unfortunately the air is coming out the rim at the sidewall of the tyre, so I'm going to have to put a tube in. It's annoying.
You got what you need, pal?
Yeah, all good.
Cool, good luck.
Cheers. Even with the tube in, I have air leaking from somewhere, so I've only a couple of miles to get to the feed station and mechanic station, so I'll get there and see if I can get it sorted out. Hopefully, all being well. No, I can't get the air to stay in the tyre at all, so I'm just gonna have to nurse it round to the feed and mechanic station and see if I can get it sorted there. Hopefully, but we'll see. Nightmare. Holding the tyre, air leaking from the rim, wouldn't seal, plugged it, still air leaking, put a tube in. There was a thorn in there, 2 thorns in fact, punctured the tube, had to stop again, and another tube in, so I'm now out of tubes at only 16 miles into the ride. Thankfully it's only 2 miles to the feed station and support box, so hopefully I can nurse it there and then I can get it sorted. Fingers crossed, but I have sealant absolutely everywhere. What a nightmare. On the plus side, I'm now just cruising along, enjoying these amazing views. Okay, I've made it to the first feed station. I'm going to see if I get on a tube here as well because I'm now out of tubes. Might see about swapping a tyre, we'll see how I get on. But stopped and getting some one good thing bars in. Thankfully they have these tech boxes at the feed stop, so because my tyre is actually damaged and tube, I can get a new tube and tyre here and hopefully get me around the rest of the ride. I know. Having an absolute nightmare. Tube number 3. New tyre on, but the tube's still not holding. But at least we've got track pump and spare tubes, so fingers crossed we'll be on the go again soon.
And a mechanic.
And a mechanic. I found a mechanic. What's your name?
Kenny.
Kenny. I found Kenny. Kenny from Inverness. Excellent. Brilliant. Kenny's going to get me sorted, get me round. Well, I think we're sorted, but I can kiss goodbye at finishing under 6 hours at this point. My moving time might still be under 6 hours, but my total timing chip time is going to be, yeah, really not good at all. There we are. Right. That was a nightmare. Absolute disaster. But I'm back on the road now, and fingers crossed, no more punctures or mechanicals. But it's just like complete fluke, luck of the draw, whether you puncture or not, I think. So it's what it is. I'll keep plugging on. Okay, made it to the second feed stop at basically 38 miles. That was a less eventful section. Thankfully no punctures, thankfully the wheel and the tyre is holding. I do have to take it a little bit easier though, because I'm now running a 40mm tyre on the front rather than the 45 that I had on, and I've got an inner tube in rather than tubeless. So yeah, just got to take it a bit easier, especially on the descent. So don't get another puncture, but just going to quickly refuel here and then keep going. This is where the otter pools are, which are apparently beautiful, and I would love to go and dip in the river and cool off, but I'm just going to eat and keep riding.
Yeah, you're about halfway now, I think.
Some more OGT bars. OGT are the headline sponsor of the event, of the race and Sportive and everything, which is really good because this is a UNESCO biosphere, so you don't want to be leaving rubbish behind you. I mean, you shouldn't anyway, but you know, gel wrappers get dropped and different things. But the best thing for me about the OGT bars is the no wrapper. It's so convenient for pulling out your jersey pocket and not having to faff about with the wrapper. If you want to try them, you can use the link in the description of my video and the code, I think it's Connor extra 10, and that will get you 10% off your subscription for one good thing. Yeah, so that was me about halfway round, just over halfway round. So still about kind of 30 miles to go, but I think most of the climbing is behind me. I've done 3,600 feet of climbing, so I have another kind of 2,200 feet of climbing still to do. But yeah, halfway through, and hopefully the bike and the tyres and everything hold up for the second half of the ride. Rough Gralloch gravel has destroyed my Insta360. It's just snapped off the mount, and I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to put it back on because I don't want the actual camera to drop. So that's a shame. Yeah, it just snapped at the bottom there. Bit annoying, but yeah, that's what happens in the rough gravel. Have to use this camera, I think, for the rest of the ride then. Put this one away somewhere. Okay, final feed station. I think it's more or less downhill from here, about 14 or 15 miles from here. So run down under the viaduct that it went through on Friday, and then it's back onto tarmac and a run down into Gatehouse of Fleet. So on the home stretch at this point. Hopefully. Okay, that is me done with the Gralloch Sportive, and I've got my finisher's medal. It's a nice metal. I do like it when there's a metal. That was brilliant ride. I really enjoyed that. The gravel was, for the most part, pretty smooth and fast rolling in a lot of places, which was amazing. Really nice. But like, some of the descents were very fast descents, and they were pretty chunky rocks, not surface rocks, like rocks embedded in the ground. So they were really shaky and jittery. But the Fustle Lakelander did brilliantly at just kind of taking some of the edge off. One of the other people I was speaking to there really had difficulty with like pain in their hands and their arms, and I can see why, because the surface in places was pretty grim. Great route, stunning route, beautiful route, and amazing views, amazing scenery. My concern about bonking or cramping up because I didn't have enough hydration or fluids or food didn't happen, so that was all good. I kept eating, kept drinking, that was great. Obviously you will have seen that I had a pretty bad puncture situation. That was pretty annoying. Definitely I've learned a couple of lessons there. I think the tube was punctured and it wouldn't seal, so I tried to plug it and it still wouldn't seal, and then I went straight to putting in a tube. In reality, I should have probably topped up the sealant or put in some more sealant and spent a little bit more time trying to get it to seal. I should have probably tried a double plug to see if that would work before I put a tube in. So that was mistake number one. But you know what it's like when you get a puncture at the side of the road. You just want to get back on the road as quickly as you can. It was really annoying that it happened at mile 14 as well, like just into my ride. And I was just like 3 or 4 miles away from the aid station. But yeah, so that was a bit annoying. Second mistake I made was when I went to put the tube in, I forgot to check the tyre. So put the second tube in, and it inflated for a while and got me down onto the tarmac, and then punctured again, and as you saw I had to stop again. Got it inflated again, rode on for a little bit, but it wasn't holding the air at all. That was my mistake because I forgot to check the inside of the tyre, and when I stopped again to put my second tube and my last tube in, I realised that there were 2 or 3 really sharp things, I don't know what they were, in the tyre. I couldn't, they weren't thorns, they were much harder than thorns. So I don't know if they were like little slivers of stone or flint or metal. I'm not sure what they were. But anyway, I had nothing to actually pull those out with, so I couldn't get them out. So what I had to do is I had to break them off and then use my multi-tool kind of to push them back into the tyre a little bit. I then put the next tube in and inflated it just a little bit, just enough. I knew at this point I was only kind of 2 or 3 miles from the kind of the feed station, so I inflated it just a little bit, enough to get me on the tarmac to the feed station, rather than inflating it fully and risk bursting that tube as well. Got to the feed station, and one of the brilliant things about the Gralloch is that the organisers have these tech boxes throughout the course, with spares and different things for doing repairs. So that was a bit of a lifesaver, because if they didn't have that box, it was probably going to mean I would have abandoned my ride at 18 miles, which would have been really disappointing. But anyway, got to the feed station, and in the tech box I was able to get a new tyre and 2 new tubes. So that kind of helped get me back on the road. And thanks to the guy from Bikes of Inverness as well. He was a bike mechanic, works in a bike shop, so that was super handy. He was able to help me out as well. That was definitely a bit annoying, and cost me time. Look, it wasn't a race, but it cost me time overall. So in the end, my final chip time, the official time I got for the event, was 6 hours 57 minutes. If I look at Strava, my moving time, so that takes out the times that I had stopped at the feed stations and stopped to fix my puncture, was 5 hours and 9 minutes. And that's the one that I wanted to get under 6 hours in. I knew getting under 6 hours including stops at the feed stations, was going to be tight on my official time. But then when I got the puncture, that was completely out the window. But yeah, my total moving time, 5 hours 9 minutes. So I'm happy enough with that. I'm pretty pleased with that. But my official time is 6 hours 57 minutes, which is a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. The other annoying thing that happened is that my poor Insta360 snapped off its mount on the bike. So second half of the ride, there won't be probably any Insta360 footage. And going forward in the videos, it might be a little while before I have Insta360 footage. It might be repairable. I don't know. I might be able to repair it, but I certainly need to rethink my mounting situation for the Insta360 on the bike moving forward, especially for off-road stuff for sure. Because that's just going to fall off. So that's annoying as well. All that being said, though, did the punctures and the faff take away from my enjoyment of the day? No, it didn't. Yes, it was annoying, but I still really enjoyed the ride. I still really enjoyed the day. I absolutely would do it again. I might come back next year. I need to convince some other people to come with me, because it would be really good fun to do it with other people as well. But I still might come back and race next year. I would love to experience the race. I would have probably absolutely no mission of qualifying in the top 25% for my age category. I haven't compared my results to that, but yeah, I'd have no mission of qualifying, but I still think I might come back and give the race a go, because it would be a lot of fun. So huge thanks to Red On, who are the team that run the Gralloch. They really put on a brilliant event. The campsite was great. It was super. The event village was brilliant. There was loads of stuff happening. It was really, yeah, just really good fun to hang out in the event village. The Shakeout rides, the kind of mechanic workshop, food vendors, the out on the route, then the really well stocked feed stations and the tech boxes, which ultimately saved my day. Yeah, really brilliantly run event. Thanks as well to, I guess, other locals in Gatehouse of Fleet and around this area for putting up with thousands of cyclists descending on your village for the weekend. Yeah, it's much appreciated, and it was a brilliant event. Also, big thanks to One Good Thing, who were the headline sponsors for the event. Don't forget the link in the description to get 10% off your One Good Thing order, your One Good Thing subscription. I've been using them for a few months now and do genuinely love them. Finally, a big thanks to the guys at Fustle for the loan of the Lakelander. The Lakelander performed brilliantly. Puncture aside, and that's nothing to do with the bike. The Lakelander was absolutely incredible. It felt fast. It was nice on the climbs. It was really fast on the descents and handled the descents really well. Super enjoyable ride on the Fustle Lakelander. Again, kind of affiliate discount link for the Fustle Lakelander in the description. Yeah, it was really nice to chat to a few new cycling friends, and definitely got speaking to a few people who I think now have subscribed to the YouTube channel and watched the videos. So thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. It's great to hang out with you and chat to you. If you're thinking about doing the Gralloch next year, I would highly recommend it. Yeah, highly recommend it. Just bring more tubes than you think you will need, and run as wide tyres as you can possibly fit on your bike. But yeah, that's everything for now from Gatehouse of Fleet, from Galloway Forest Park in the southwest of Scotland. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have taken part in the Gralloch, or if you're one of my new subscribers that I met kind of over this weekend, do hit like, leave me a comment, let me know how you got on at the event, and what your thoughts on it were. If you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. I'm gonna go get a shower, so I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.